Hi guys, my hair looks like crap, but I thought I'd film anyway. I thought I'd do a get ready with me because I have never done one and I wanted to chat with you about some things as well as try out this new palette. Of course the background sound, you can hear Joey, which you'll probably be doing a lot now from here on out for my future videos because he's starting to talk, starting to make sounds anyway. I'm just gonna put my hair back using this cute headband from Miniso. Love it, use it all the time now that I have a fringe. But yeah, the purpose of this was not just to try out a new palette, but also I wanted to talk about some new brands that I would like to try, or some brands that I would like to try in 2018. I saw Lauren Mae Beauty's video on it and I thought that was a pretty cool topic to discuss. So for my base, I'm just using a mixture of this Estee Lauder BB cream, which is in my project pan, and I'm trying to use it up, and it's literally, I'm squeezing out the little last bits of it, and I'm mixing that with the Clé de Peau foundation, which cost me an arm and a leg. It's a little bit light, so and the Estee Lauder one is a bit dark, so I'm mixing the two. And I'm gonna go in with this beauty sponge, a sponge from Miniso, which I've never used before. Okay, but I need a mirror first. Yeah, brands that I want to try. Yes, Joey? I really want to try LH Cosmetics, which is Linda Hallberg's brand, because I want those two palettes that she's brought out. And I also want to try out her color crayons, which are for multi-purpose, eyes, lips, face. Wow, he's super talkative today. You know what, I'm trying to get him to talk, he doesn't talk. But then when, you know, things are happening, he wants to have a convo. So let me just check up with him. I've done my base because he had to have a bit of booby milkshake, and I'm gonna just conceal under my eyes now. I've just kept the coverage fairly sheer because my skin has been pretty good lately, surprisingly. And I actually don't really mind the sponge. Anyway, what was I saying? I want to try two of her palettes, and that's the duochrome one and the metallic one. I can't remember the name. And I've heard that the duochrome one has a similar texture to Pat McGrath ones, even though I have to say, when I saw the swatches, I thought they didn't look that great. But, you know, I have to say, even my Pat McGrath palette doesn't swatch very nicely, and the shadows are beautiful. They apply so beautifully on the eye that the swatches don't do them justice, and I feel like if they're anything like the Pat McGrath ones, they're going to be gorgeous. They're going to be really nice. So I want to buy them. It's just that at $59 US for a 4-pan eyeshadow palette, I feel like it is a little bit expensive. So I think I might wait a little bit. Maybe until there's a sale. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long I can hold on for. Because I really do want those palettes. And I do want to try also her her eye crayons, particularly the Colourful pack, because I don't really have many colourful eyeliner pencils. I've got ones from Colourpop, which I don't really like. They don't last on my waterline at all. And yeah, they look really nice. I've seen videos where she's used them and they look really nicely pigmented. So basically for my base, I've been using everything from my project pan because obviously I want to use things up. And I've really nearly finished using this, I'm not going to try and pronounce it, this blush, this cream blush. Given that I have dehydrated skin, I actually have been really enjoying cream products. And some of you mentioned that my skin looked nice in my previous, like really dewy and radiant in my previous video. And this is all I was using, the same base products really. Okay, another brand that I want to try next year is, there are a few brush brands that I want to try. The first being Smith brushes? Smith Cosmetics. Let me check. I want to try out Smith Cosmetic brushes. I've heard that they're really good. Brushes is one of those things that I like to have a lot of because a lot of my brushes are natural hair brushes. Because my eyes are also sensitive, I don't like to keep reusing things, and I don't use the alcohol spray unless it's a synthetic hairbrush. So I do like having a few of them and then just washing a heap of them all at once. In terms of brushes, there's another brand that I want to try, and this is a American brand, but I think the brushes are made in Japan, and this is Valera Cosmetics. Yes, they are handmade in Japan. Usually I kind of stay away from brush sets these days. I tend to prefer to buy single brushes, the ones that I, you know, the shapes that I actually want rather than the sets, because there generally are a few brushes here and there that I won't use. But yeah, there's this eye set that I have been eyeing, and what I like about it is that their brushes have that really tapered end to it, which I like. Kind of like the Wayne Goss brushes. I find that the shape for the Wayne Goss brushes are really nice, so that means I can get a really precise, detailed application, because I don't feel like I have a whole lot of eyelid space, and I like to just get my eyeshadow exactly where I want it, so it doesn't kind of muddy the look or anything like that. And I like these kind of brushes. I recently bought the Juvia's Place brush set, and I was really pleasantly surprised with them. I think because of the price, I really wasn't expecting that much, but I actually have been really enjoying them. They're really nice shapes, really soft. Again, they're quite tapered at the edges. And I'm using this, by the way, I'm using this 3 shimmering duo because, again, it's in my project pan. So yeah, those are the 2 brush brands that I want to try. They've been on my list for ages. I just haven't pulled the trigger. They might have had Black Friday sales too, but I actually didn't buy that much this year for Black Friday, which I'm pretty proud of myself for, because I just didn't actually find that the sales this year were that good. Did anyone else find that they just weren't as good as last year? And anyway, these days it seems like there's always sales on everywhere, so it doesn't feel like I don't have a fear of missing out. So this is what I've been using on my skin to give it that radiant glow, and it's really nice. Again, just makes my skin look really healthy. And when I'm having good skin days, I mean, why not? A bit of here and a bit on my chin. For powder, I'm going to use this Suku one. Again, this one is on my project pan. I don't really like this powder. I'm just trying to use it up as quick as possible because it kind of gives my face a bit of a cast. So I don't really enjoy it all that much, but yeah. I'm gonna try and use it up. And I am going to only just place that powder on certain parts of my face so that the kind of dewiness doesn't disappear. Mainly just here, a little bit on the chin, but not covering the highlight, around my nose, because that's where I do get oily, and of course on the forehead. Usually, now that I have a fringe, I don't put any foundation on my forehead, just powder to kind of stop the oil from coming through. Okay, so finally moving on to eyeshadow. Joey just did the biggest poo explosion ever, and just had to go and change him. And my husband's gonna give him a bath because it's very gross. But I have to say, having a dog has definitely prepared me for all that kind of gross stuff, because dogs are, I mean, cleaning up their business is pretty gross too. But yeah, moving away from that subject, I am going to be using this Certifeye palette. This is the Tropical Wonders palette. And you can thank the Beauty News girls, Kat and Haley, for kind of pushing me to buy this, because I saw it and I was like, I want this palette. It looks so colorful and a lot of cool colors in here. So I'm gonna try these out, and I've done my base, so I'm hoping there's not gonna be much fallout. Otherwise, I am going to use a tissue paper. What color should I use? I have no idea. I have not planned this out whatsoever. But I'm liking this dust color and shrimp color, and I think they would look really nice as transition colors. But what do I want to do? I think I'll do a green look since my hair has green ends to it. Let's kind of go matchy-matchy. I'm going to take this color shrimp and I'm going to place it in my crease using this Juvia's Place brush. And yeah, ooh, very nicely pigmented. Okay, going back to the main subject, brands that I want to try in 2018. These days I'm kind of wanting to like try out more singles, because I feel like I have got so many eyeshadow palettes and I have a lot of colors, but I think a lot of the indie brands that have single eyeshadows, they've got really interesting colors. like duochrome shades and all that sort of stuff. And now those I can justify collecting singles of colors that I don't actually have already. And then from there, I can create my own eyeshadow palette. So a brand that I do want to try in terms of singles, Makeup Geek. I have one eyeshadow that I got yesterday or the day before from my sister, because we're doing advent calendars for each other this year. I haven't tried that out yet, but I do want to. I've heard a lot of good things about their foiled eyeshadows, and if I do enjoy that one, I might go and try out some more. We'll see. Like I said, I've got a lot of eyeshadows at this point, so I really want to pick eyeshadows that are interesting and different and unique to my collection. So I have no idea if this is going to look good, but I'm going to try and step outside my comfort zone and go for this green shade here, Fruit Dove. It kind of saddens me that my palette looks so dirty, but it's that kind of cardboard packaging that it stains and you cannot clean it, unfortunately. But I'm going to put that on my mobile lid and see how that goes. I haven't put a white base on there, so it's not the most pigmented. I mean, it's not showing up true to color, but it's okay. I do find that these pastel shades are kind of somewhat hard to get really to do well, first of all, without using a white base, which who can be bothered? But I'm building it up, and it is building up fairly nicely. I have somewhat pigmented eyelids, but I suppose if you do have darker eyelids than mine, then you might need a white base. Does that look kind of crazy? I don't know. Next, I think I'm going to add a bit of dusk into the crease as well. What's a transition shade? And see what happens. Okay, so other brands that I want to try, in terms of like ones that have single eyeshadows, and they are all indie brands, is Looxi. I've heard a lot of good things about Looxi. And also want to try Devinah. Then I'm going to go in with Bermuda. I don't know, this is kind of turning out to be kind of a hodgepodge of colors. I don't know if people say that anymore, but anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making it up as I go along. But yeah, I kind of like those kind of indie brands because they, first of all, they tend to be a lot more affordable than even your drugstore brands. I mean, drugstore here in Australia isn't that cheap. The only thing is, I've kind of steered away from brands that offer, like if it's not pressed and it's a loose pigment, because I just find that I really do not gravitate towards loose eyeshadow. And next year I really want to make it my goal to use every single shade that I have in my eyeshadow collection, including my singles and my loose eyeshadows, which we'll see if I'm able to do that. I think that will be a bit of a challenge. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly try and finish this look off, because when you have a baby, things take way longer than expected. It's like 2 hours later since I started filming this. I think I'm going to mix the black with another color on the lower lash line, just to, ooh, this is not going well. A little bit intense. This is a little bit more than I intended. We're gonna just try and work with it, blend it out, and try and salvage this. Let's go in with like some of the dark green. Does that look better? I don't know, that probably looks still a little bit crazy. I'm gonna take Shrimp. I'm gonna run that on the lower lash line to smoke it out and kind of make it look a little bit more cohesive, because right now it's kind of looking a little crazy. And I'm going to just blend everything out And we're gonna have to call it a day, I think. Before that, I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and I'm just gonna use my Suku Balancing Eyebrow Quad, not quad. Comes with these 3 shades, but I always kind of mix these 2 together, this brown and the green. And I'm quite lazy with my brows, to be honest. I just put brow powder in, and I've got a fringe anyway, so I feel like I can get away with fairly messy brows. Just gonna run a brush through my hairs just to make them kind of tame them in place and blend out the powder a little bit. This is Hypno's Star Waterproof. I always use waterproof mascara because otherwise it's just gonna go everywhere. And to be honest, I have really enjoyed this. I feel like it's gotten better as the formula's gotten less wet, and I really like it. So I'm gonna curl my lashes using my Suku lash curler. This is a really good one. Now I have lashes. It's just amazing what curling your lashes and adding a bit of mascara can do for your lashes. These days I don't wear false lashes. I mean, I have heaps of them, but I just don't have time for falsies, to be honest. I kind of want to add a wing liner, so I'm going to use this one by Suku, and one side is khaki and the other side is navy. I think I'm going to go for khaki. And I'm just gonna wing out the edges, not taking it all the way in. I think that looks a little bit better. I generally like to add wing liner if I feel like I've stuffed up a look and just want to make it look a little less crappy. Now for lips, I'm going to use this Extra Glow lipstick in 11, which is a really nice nude shade, which goes with pretty much any makeup that I do. This is also a really nice formula. It's super moisturizing. It doesn't accentuate fine lines on my lips, and I really like this formula. So this is the end. This is the final look, because my friend just got here just in time. I don't know if I really like it that much, but we're just gonna go with it. I hope this was a this is meant to really just be a quick and easy fun video to watch and for me to edit. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. Let me know if you do like these kind of videos, and I might make some more in future. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.